Hi guys, it's David, August University. Want to tune in for a quick update on what's going on in my life, Hex, crypto, and I actually recently watched the Highest of Stakes movie. So the movie based on Hex, a little bit about Pulsechain, Richard Hart's life, and I just want to kind of tell you guys what my thoughts were on it and what I think is going to happen with the whole ecosystem. So thankfully didn't get told off by anyone while I was recording a video today, so that's hilarious. The other day one of the guys that was plowing was telling me to turn off the effing phone, but I thought it was hilarious. So anyways, you can't let people bother you, right? You just gotta do what you gotta do. Also, yesterday I treated myself to a little bit night out to watch a local comedy show. A lot of people I knew, a couple friends were performing, so I thought I'd show up and make an appearance. Had the option of drinking. I decided to not drink, so that was a win for me. I've been trying to stay away from alcohol for the last while for my health reasons. So I was successful yesterday, which is great, even though I still had a fun time. I had a little bit of a Diet Coke, some water, but yeah, I want to show up to the event for fun. And it was good to have a night to myself a little bit. Obviously, love my family, love my kids, but you need some time to yourself to get yourself in the right mindset. Just got out of the gym right now, so I had a great workout, and gonna go back to my family and work on some productive stuff. But being productive, I want to get some content for you guys and talk about the Highest of Stakes. So the Highest of Stakes movie I bought on, you can get it on YouTube. You can pay for it on YouTube. I found it a little cheaper on the Apple TV store. So that's where I got mine in Canada. You guys can check it out. But I just bought it. I'm not going to rent it for like $10 or whatever. You might as well just buy the thing because I'm going to watch it again, right? But it's really cool, like really high quality. And what I like about the Highest Stakes movie is, first of all, it's not just giving it's not just trying to sell you on Hex, okay? Which is great, and it's not trying to sell you on Richard Hart. It breaks down, you know, what his life was like in the past a little bit. It shows him being cocky. It shows him being out there. It shows him doing all that flashy stuff, right? Because that's just part of who Richard Hart is as an individual, how he represents himself. But also, he breaks down to these two people challenging what makes Hex a real thing, or is it a Ponzi scheme or a scam, right? So me, I actually dealt with Ponzi schemes and scams, even though I thought it wasn't. I thought it was a legit company like Celsius, for example. I should have listened to Richard Hart from the get-go, right? I was also, years ago, I was in the Quadriga CX where they just literally went under and disappeared, and apparently the owner died. I don't know if that was a real thing or not. Apparently he did die, but some people say he ran away with the funds. I just don't know. But a lot of, I lost some of my crypto there. Not a lot, but I lost some. So thing after thing, getting wrecked in crypto is not fun for anyone. Thankfully, Celsius has a recovery plan where you're going to get back about 59% of your holdings based on when they went bankrupt. So when they're having their bankruptcy, which sucks because Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto basically is up from where that point was. So we're only getting like 59% of when they were going bankrupt. So that price was down as well. So not only we cannot just get the official amount of ETH dollars, we're getting the ETH dollars on that day, which is horrible in my opinion. But, I'd rather get that than zero. But it's a strong lesson learned that even though a company looks very strong, and the owner is talking on podcasts every week, and they're saying the banks aren't your friends, we're the savior. Do your due diligence on everything, man. Even do your due diligence on Hex and Pulsechain and everything. But what I like about Richard is that he's transparent about everything, and he, from what I've seen, only tries to help people, right? So he has a self-titled books, he has books that he written himself for self-help. He tries to save people from not trading, not leverage trading, not getting wrecked with all these different places. And you know what? I was, heavily in Hex, but also heavily in Ethereum, and then I put my bag in the wrong place, and I should have listened, and obviously lost some money that way. Thankfully getting some back, but not all of it, right? So if I would have just held more Hex, I would have been better off. That being said, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket either. So anyways, back to the highs of stakes. So they talk about people are trying to ask Richard questions about how is it a Ponzi or is it not? And it also goes through some people's journeys that are Hexicans as well. And it even shows one guy that he did really, really well. He's I think the Hex Pirate. Hex Pirate. I'll try to figure out his username, but he's a pretty charismatic, cool guy. I've seen his videos a few times on YouTube regarding Hex and Pulsechain and stuff like that. So shout out him. I'll try to get his name, but he has the pirate hat and everything's pretty cool. He has the bandana on his head and stuff like that. So anyways, it shows his journey, and he did really well with Hex, obviously. And then he talked to his friend who, and he was telling his friend about it. He didn't want his friend to miss out on it. And then his friend put in like $100,000 at the top, right? And then boom, it drops. And as you know, if you didn't already know, Hex and crypto can drop like 80%, 90%, 90 something percent on a bear run, right? So, and we're kind of mid level right now. We're still trying to get bullish. We're still up a lot from the bottom, the recent bottom, but we still have a long way to go from all-time highs. But it shows kind of the successes of how super wealthy you can get, but also it shows the bottoms, and how much $100,000 can go to like a few thousand or a few $100s, which is insane, right? So dollar cost averaging would be a lesson there, where you're not just buying it all in one shot. 100,000, boom, there you go, unless it's like at a bottom. But doing like 10,000 here, 10,000 there, 5,000 there, a couple hundred here, dollar cost averaging is always the best strategy to go, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket in one shot. Okay, so it goes through that journey. It also talks a little bit about Pulsechain, but not much. So yeah, I just like that it breaks down Richard hard. It shows a focus on why Richard doesn't think it's a Ponzi scheme, and why it's not a Ponzi scheme, and why it gives you the kind of like factor of someone new coming in for the first time and getting in this ecosystem. So it shows both it shows the fine line on both sides, which I like, because it's not just saying, oh, buy Hex, go out, and it's not trying to shill Hex. It's trying to show more into what Richard Hart is about, and as a new holder, as a new investor, what to look for, right? So overall, I like it. I think there could be easily a part 2 as we continue on this, crypto adventure, this crypto story of ours as Hexicans and Pulseans. Now, what I don't love about it is there's not much talk about Pulsechain, because Pulsechain wasn't finished yet at that time. And then there's no talks of PulseX, no PulseX, and what's the other coin? INC. It's the other one where you're getting tokens. I'm not providing liquidity right now, but there's another Richard Hart token that basically, if you stake, if you supply liquidity with PulseX and Pulse, you get rewarded, right? With this other token, incentive token, right? Yeah, incentive token. So, and those are all kind of moving up right now. My thoughts is, I wish I'd like to see a little bit more of that, but there could be easily a part 2, and we'll have to see how things go. But the movie overall, I would give it, out of 10, I'd give it like a solid like 9. Honestly, I think I'd like to see more stories of different Hexicans, because I think originally, I think they were supposed to feature a lot more people, so it ended up featuring, only kind of focus on a few individuals, which is fine. I wish I would have seen a little bit more faces in there, but that being said, there's always room for another movie. So yeah, I'd say I give it a solid 9. All right, so that's what I want to talk about mostly today. When it comes to the markets right now, I'd say that there's still a long way to go for the bull run, but I'm very interested and excited to see what really happens with adoption of Pulse Chain and people wanting to save fees and what people are going to build on Pulse Chain. So are they going to utilize NFTs there? Are they going to have a NFT marketplace? Right? I haven't seen one. Maybe there is already. I want to see more moving towards mass adoption, and then as we run up, I think eventually centralized exchanges. Imagine if we got Pulse Chain, PulseX on Coinbase. That would just be ridiculous, and at this point we don't really need it. But my goal is to dollar cost average into more Pulse, more PulseX, more PHEX. I dollar cost averaged more EHEX a few months back, but I want to dollar cost average more in, because I think we still have a long way to go, movement upwards. I think we can easily, you know, from here, 100x, 1000x, and keep moving. It's gonna be ridiculous, and based on liquidity and everything, and volume, I really think that it could be easily moved up incredibly high if we get some big players in there. So my goal right now, I don't know what you guys are planning, but if you know, tell me what your plans are down below on your journey with Richard Heart ecosystem. But I believe we are going to win the SEC lawsuit. I think that we will get past that, and I think that we will run up majorly, and we got a dollar cost average in to be part of it, and just wait and see. Really, just sit on your bags. So tell me what you guys' journey is right now. Like I said, I just wanted a quick update for you guys to be more consistent with some content. And I think we still have some huge potential on the EHEX and PHEX side. And it's just really just dollar cost averaging in, doing what you can to get more funds, and not trusting third parties, not trusting exchanges. Just your keys are your crypto, right? Keep it that way and be safe. I think that's what we need to do. So keep things decentralized if you can. All right, so this is a quick video on highest of stakes and kind of the Richard Heart ecosystem, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex. I'm very bullish, and I think that from now until 2025, I think there's going to be a lot of potential gains. So not financial advice, of course, but yeah, this is David. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and let me know what kind of content you guys want to see. And yeah, until next time, stay bullish, and I'll see you guys in the next video.